Hey everybody, it's Lisa from Shabby Road Studio. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing great. So today's video is going to be another grungy transformation. I've been having fun with these. So we're going to be making these perforated labels. And yeah, I really like the way they turned out. Oh, look at my hand. I've got... Should probably wash that before I started the video. I know that drives some of you crazy. That's gesso. I'm a crafter. I'm a messy crafter. So anyways, we're going to put these aside and I'm going to show you how I did that. So I was thrifting yesterday. Yesterday was my husband and I anniversary, and he knows how much I love to thrift. So since he is still off work from his shoulder surgery, we took off on a day trip. Just not that far, but just went to a couple new thrift stores. Anyway, I saw this, wrapped up like this, $3.99. I'm like, okay. So it's paper, and I'm thinking, I wonder if it's cardstock, because that would be a awesome deal on cardstock, right? So I kind of peeked. I cheated. I kind of pulled the cellophane stuff back and kind of looked. I could see from the corner that these were perforated. I don't know if they're not stickers. They're just, so I don't know if these are just like address labels, but they don't stick on. So I don't know. I'm not for sure, because I don't work in an office, obviously. So I'm not sure what these are technically originally for. But immediately, where did my brain go? I mean, my brain went, I can do something with those. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. So I brought them home, clearly, and decided to do a video for you all. And for myself as well, because, I mean, look at it. Who can't use these cool labels, right? So, I mean, okay, you do lose this corner one because of their printing, and you lose this one because of their printing. But other than that, there's scads and scads of them. So, I mean, this is just another thing I wanted to share with you, because I keep mentioning how to keep your eyes open in thrift stores for any of this office supply stuff, because you never know what you're going to find. You never know what you can use it for. So, okay, let's quit jabber-jabbering and let's get started. So, I'll lay these out on my little rubbery mat here. And first things first is going to be a good bunch of coffee sprayed on. And then we're just gonna kind of just like spread it out. It isn't gonna get them really super dark. Like the tickets I did, those were really dark. Excuse me. This will just start to get it tan, because we don't like white paper. At least I don't. And so this just kind of knocks that white back to get it from looking brand spanking new. And we're not going to do the back, because, I mean, why do you need to do the back? You're basically going to take this and you're going to stick it onto a tag or a journal page. You're not going to see the back. So we're not going to worry about the back. We're just going to take care of the front. These are going to be good and saturated. These do take a little bit of time to dry. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I will turn off the video and dry these the best I can, so we can show you the next step. Okay, so they are not completely dry, but a lot drier than they were we're gonna go with, I'm trying to think what I did next. Oh, I think I took some of the Distress mica spray. This is brushed pewter. I like the pewter one because when you add it on top, it just gives it kind of a shadowy look, which it just gives it a really cool grungy effect. So I'm just kind of randomly spraying some on. You might get a little bit more in places than others. And then you can kind of, this has got a lot of coffee on it yet. You can kind of move it around a little bit so it doesn't just stay blobbed up, or you can leave it. It looks good either way. So there's that. And then, so I got a new ground espresso. I used to have trouble saying that. I got a new one, and wowzy wowzy. When you get a new one, you realize how dried out your old one is. Like, wow. Okay, so this is juicy. And let's see, I'm going to put a little bit of water on there. Basically, you can't see it. I just put some on this acrylic block. I put some water on it. Kind of just, we're going to go over this a little bit. It'll darken it up. You could darken it with coffee, but you just have to get it really super strong, and my coffee in that sprayer wasn't that strong, so I decided to add on some of this Distress Oxide spray, or not spray, ink pad. There. So that will give it a nice darker appearance. Let me see. I think I took some of my vintage photo in this, and I kind of dropped it on here like that to get some juice on there. I mean, if you're afraid of your hands like this, you just wear gloves. I'm not afraid of getting my hands dirty. I don't mind it. It washes off, and it's just the nature of the craft, you know? So now I've just kind of blotted that up with this brush. I'm going to go in some of the edges, some of the areas that didn't get as dark. Kind of just filling in some of the spaces. These ones are actually turning out better than the first ones I did. Ooh, yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. So then, I'm trying to think. What else? Oh, okay, so I think the next thing I did was I have some gesso in this cup, and I just put some water on it just to thin it up enough so that I can use my splatter brush. No, it's a fan brush. See, it splatters really well without even trying. So then I just kind of went over this with some gesso splatter to add another dimension to the paper. Ooh, I am liking this one. I like these better than the ones I did first. I don't know why. And because the paper is wet, so this is kind of cool. And same thing on my hands here. Because this paper is wet still, these splatters don't like just stay on top and stay kind of thick. They kind of start to, I don't know if you can see, but they kind of just start to blend in. I don't know. I like it. Anyways, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So I'm going to dry these, and I'll be okay. Again, these aren't completely dry, but you can see that they're lightening up a bit now that they are getting dry. And this will all lighten up because this is still wet right here. So this is the base, basically. This is how they look on the front. Still white on the back. But again, we don't care. We're going to use them on the front side. So I am going to move these to the side because we're going to work on one that I already have finished. Okay, so what I did was I'm going to use archival ink. That's what I like to use the best. And I got this sheet of short sayings. And so we're just going to take these. Oops, well, it would help if I put it on the right way. Stick it to my stamp. And first thing I did was I just tried to center it. These little short sayings are, you know, smaller than these squares. How big are these squares? 1 inch by just about 2.5. 1 by 2.5. So, you know, the sayings are gonna sit in the middle. But we're gonna add some other things to them. You couldn't, I mean, you could just leave it like this. You could just leave it like this. But, you know, there's extra room. And you could add little whatever. You know, it's all, there's so many things you could do with this. So, I mean, I'm just showing you one way. I think it would be neat to use these. And again, we're going to skip that one because I don't know why they printed it on both ends, because it just ruins 2 of them. So we're just going to keep on stamping. If you don't want to watch, just fast forward through this. Or maybe I should fast forward. Maybe I should fast forward. No, I'll just keep stamping. If you want to fast forward, you can. But just kind of like center it so you get some space. And there you go. I like the way it looks with that gesso splattered on there. Normally I do like black splatters, but I like the look of the white. There's some really long sayings in this. Too long for this label, actually. So you have to pick out the ones that will fit. Oh, come on. Get it upside down. Which way does it go? There we go. Okay. I think I will turn the camera off. I'll finish this part up and I'll come back for you. So I am back. I finished stamping the entire sheet. I just didn't want to make you have to sit there and watch me stamp. Everybody knows how to stamp, so I just chose what I thought was the center and tried to get the sayings into that square. So there is the beginning, and now what I did was so I took my favorite little blob. Actually, that's not it. This is it. This is my favorite little blob stamp. And I guess got, you know, just what you're doing is going in randomly. So when you rip them apart, you're going to see part of it. You're not going to see all of it unless you just made a point to put it only on one. But you're not doing that. You're just kind of stamping them random. Yeah, and it looks cool when you just don't put a lot on there. Alright, so yeah, you don't need to do too many of the same. But, there it is. Okay. And I like this little one. You can't even really tell what it is anymore. So I'm going to take the new espresso and do it in that because it's kind of brownish, so it makes a little bit different impression, you know. And I just start stamping. Just start stamping across it, hitting parts of one and parts of another. That way when you rip them apart, they're all unique and unexpected looking, you know. Let's see, what else did I do on this one? Okay, so took one of these other stamp sets I just got and just grabbed one of these little round ones. See if I can get it the right way. And just kind of, yeah, just kind of like went on the seam of, like, so part of it's on one, part of it's on another. You don't have to have it perfect because this is obviously not stamping. There we go. Just kind of getting another little random stamp going. And then I took this oval one and I went to, took my rusty hinge and just kind of went here, there, and everywhere. Just kind of giving it another little element. So when you rip them apart, it's going to be cool with just a little bit of each on it. Okay. And let's put that back. I did a square one of these. I took this blue because the journal I'm working on right now has blue in it, and so I thought maybe I would use some of these in that journal, but it doesn't really show up like really crazy blue, so you could use these on anything. I don't know why I did that on that one. Let's see. Kind of, you know, change it up a bit, just kind of turn it like that. Yeah. Just makes, it gives it a neat overall look. See how cool that is? So, yeah, I think we're just about, basically, yeah, that's what we did. So then, folding this part where the perforation is on top, and ripping that off. Now you can leave this in a sheet and store it like that if you'd like, or like some people like to take them all, you know, either cut them all out or separate them, whatever you're doing, and then put them in a container so that when you're making something, you just open your container and grab one really quick, which is probably what I will do. So you can do either one if you want to store these flat. But I feel like when I don't take something apart, like I have so much stuff I have to organize. If you don't take it apart and put it somewhere where you can find it, you just end up not using it. Like you have this stuff, but you don't ever use it. So then what I did is I just took and folded it on those perforated lines there. And then I took my ground espresso and I just darkened up the edges. And with it folded, then you can just kind of do that where it gives you, turn it over so you can do the other side as well. That way, they are just kind of ready to go. even if you take them apart, most of these edges should already be inked. So then you can just ink an edge that isn't done. Like, see how cool that looks with that inked. So then we'll fold this one. And it helps when you have a juicy ink pad. Man, I love that. I wish they'd stay that way. And just keep on inking all your edges, because ink makes everything look better. We did that one already. So, get the top on that good one. Then, like, go back to the one I made previously. These, when they're ripped out, the perforated line shows, and it looks cool because it kind of makes the edge look like a stamp edge, you know, that perforated look. So you can stick this on a tag, stick it on an envelope, do whatever. You can add more things to it, but having it like this, ready to go, and then just add something after you know what the theme of your journal is going to be or whatever. Just grab them up and use them that way. Put them in a, rip them all up and put them in a nice container on your desk, and you've got them when you're mass making things like I need to do. So that might be one of my next videos. I don't know. Yeah, but I just wanted to share that with you. I mean, this whole thing, like, think about, I don't even know how many sheets are in here. I don't know. 100 maybe? Maybe more than that. So look how many labels you can get out of that just by doing this quick fun thing. Then you can change it up. Let's do that just really quick. So let's say you just don't want to do sayings or whatever. So let's take this. This is one of my new stamps. I get to use it in my bird journal. So excited. I'm excited about this bird journal. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm excited to get that. I got the cover just, I finished the cover today, and that was a lot of fun. It's another fabric cover. It is going to be a soft fabric cover. Oh, you don't want to stick on that dirty block, do you? Okay, so let's take, let's take this. Let's see how that ground espresso looks. Ooh, I'm going to load this stamp. I can see it already. I never know if I have enough, but I think this is juicy enough so that I probably got it covered. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. I have not practiced this. So let's just go up to the corner. How's that going to look? Can you see? So by doing this, you're going to have bits and pieces on each one of these. And it could look cool. Could end up being neat, you know. It's almost. All right. So I don't think I got it completely. This probably isn't the best thing to stamp a big thing like this on, but you get the point, right? You can see. So when you cut these out or tear them out, you're going to have bits and pieces of different things. Like this one's going to have part of that. You're going to have the feather, you know. So you don't have to do it with this, but you could even do it with, let's say, just a simple script stamp. This one is just like from Hobby Lobby. And I ripped it off from that wooden block thing because it's so hard to use it that way. But this, so just take this. I'm not that great at stamping. There. So you see, so then some of these are going to have, I mean, they're all going to have script on them. And then you can add something else on the top of that that you want to add. I don't have... Okay, so I just ran and got one of my butterfly stamps. And then you could take this, which I'm going to do it in the same thing. But you can just do it over that. And yeah, you're going to get bits and pieces on each little square. But I think it'll end up looking kind of cool. But if you don't want to do that, you can always just make them as labels with little sayings on them. Yeah. So there you have it. That's our video for today. Again, go to your thrift stores, my people. Go to your thrift stores and look, keep your eyes open and look for this fun stuff, because there's just probably all different kinds of possibilities with this. This is just one I decided to do for the video today, but so many things can be done. It's fun, it's cheap, $3.99 for all these. Come on. So, all right, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.